The latest rankings for the highest-rated Chinese dramas are finally here. Some of this year's most anticipated costume dramas, starring Yang Zi, Yang Yang, and Ren Jialun, generated huge buzz before release. But once they finally premiered, the reviews turned out to be surprisingly divided. Let's dive into the latest top 10 Chinese drama rankings and see which shows viewers can't stop talking about. Number 9. A Splendid Match, starring Ren Min and Si Aisha, 5.7 rating on Dubon, Weibo unrated.
我就知道那个女人是你的命门，我要她诛死，我要让你尝尝我的痛苦。
弱点，我吗？
这可是我的弱点。
Let's start with the positives first. The biggest strength of this drama is definitely the director's ability to make the household power struggles feel genuinely satisfying to watch. Ren Min's character Gu Jinchao basically enters the story with a built-in survival strategy guide, and every time the scheming villains try to manipulate her, she fights back with intelligence and courage, giving viewers that classic revenge payoff feeling. The second major highlight is the visual presentation. From the costumes to the set design, the entire drama is filled with elegant traditional Chinese aesthetics that honestly look gorgeous on screen. But outside of those two strengths, the rest becomes a lot more controversial. First, the casting received heavy criticism from viewers. Many people felt Ren Min's appearance and screen presence lean more soft and delicate, which clashes with the character's legendary beauty and brilliance image from the original novel. As for Si Aisha, despite being only 29 years old in real life, a lot of viewers thought he looked unusually tired and overly serious in the drama, to the point where some even joked he looked more like the heroine's father than her romantic lead. The second issue is even more damaging: the male lead's characterization. He's supposed to be an all-powerful grand secretary controlling the imperial court from the shadows, yet the drama constantly has him personally carrying out assassinations himself. That completely weakens the calm, calculating, high-ranking political aura that made the original versions so compelling. And finally, the biggest complaint of all, the logic. Viewers felt the drama sacrificed basic storytelling consistency just to force romantic moments between the leads. So in the end, this really became the kind of series you watch casually for visuals and chemistry without thinking too deeply about the plot. Number 8. Bloom Life, starring Li Landy and Gu Junchen.
你说人为什么拼了命，非要成为拼图里的一块拼图？
这土地这么宽广，爱怎么能变得狭隘呢？
Alright, let's start with the biggest complaints first. The first issue is pacing. Even though the drama only has 8 episodes, it tries to cram in way too many storylines at once, including the romantic lives of 3 sisters, family conflicts, workplace struggles, cultural heritage themes, and several other subplots all fighting for screen time. The problem is that none of them get enough development, so a lot of viewers ended up feeling confused instead of emotionally invested. The second criticism is that the drama leans heavily on overused romance cliches. Love triangles, dramatic breakups for following your dreams, and all the classic melodrama tropes basically appear one after another. But the third controversy was by far the biggest. A large number of viewers from Xinjiang openly criticized the drama for portraying local customs in unrealistic ways. Scenes like baking naan alone at 4 a.m., stepping on cow dung during weddings, and dancing at funerals were called out as feeling completely disconnected from actual regional traditions and daily life. That said, the drama wasn't completely without strengths. First of all, many viewers agreed that the entire series looks visually stunning thanks to its extensive on-location filming in southern Xinjiang. The scenery around Kashgar honestly feels incredibly healing and beautiful on screen. Second, Li Landy received a lot of praise for her role as Shazi. Many viewers felt her bright and warm screen presence perfectly matched this kind of emotionally uplifting character. And finally, the ending actually surprised a lot of people by incorporating a long musical-style tracking shot filled with singing and dancing, which ended up becoming one of the most positively received creative choices in the entire drama. Number 7. Zhan Zhao Adventures, starring Yang Yang and Zhang Runan. 7.8 rating on Weibo.
这世道不该如此！让真相大白于天下。
Honestly, I think Yang Yang's new wuxia drama is a lot better than its rating suggests. So, what exactly are people loving about it? The first major strength is that it finally moves away from the trend of relying on flashy visual effects. Yang Yang's Zhan delivers fast, precise, and beautifully choreographed sword fights, especially during a standout scene where he takes on more than 30 opponents alone in the rain. Even the supporting characters have their own unique weapons and fighting styles, which gives the drama that authentic old-school wuxia feeling. The second highlight is the production design. The crew reportedly invested heavily in building a massive underground ghost market set, and the costumes, props, and architecture were carefully designed according to historical Song Dynasty references. The attention to detail was so impressive that it even received praise from historians specializing in the period. The third strength is the drama's focus on traditional wuxia values. At its core, the story is about justice, honor, loyalty, and standing up for those who cannot defend themselves. It captures the spirit of classic martial arts storytelling surprisingly well. But of course, the drama has also faced its share of criticism. The biggest complaint is the pacing in the early episodes. The story introduces so many martial arts sects, factions, and character relationships so quickly that many viewers struggled to keep track of who everyone was and how they were connected. The second controversy centers around Zhang Renmin's performance as Huo Linglong. Some viewers felt her natural speaking style sounded a little too soft and delicate for a fearless wandering swordwoman. Critics argued that her performance sometimes felt closer to a modern romance heroine than a traditional wuxia fighter. In scenes with Yang Yang, some viewers even joked that it looked like the two actors were starring in completely different genres, one in a wuxia epic and the other in a sweet romance drama. Number 6. Fate Chooses You, starring Ren Jialun and Wang Heruan. 6.8 rating on Douban, 8.0 rating on Weibo.
我不仅想看清这个世界，我还想享受这个世界。我希望它有温度，有色彩。
This one is a bit of a missed opportunity for Ren Jialun, but on the bright side, it introduced a lot of viewers to Wang Heruan, who honestly feels like one of the most underrated discoveries of the year. Let's start with the strengths. First, the pacing is incredibly fast, the drama throwing viewers into one shocking twist after another. From a matchmaking event inside a prison to a wedding held at an execution ground, the opening episodes do a great job of grabbing your attention immediately. The second highlight is the cast and their unusual character setups. Ren Jialun plays Lu Qianxiao, a man cursed with the loss of his five senses, while Wang Heruan's Xian Mei is a fearless swordwoman who voluntarily marries a condemned prisoner as part of her personal quest for revenge. It's definitely not your typical romance pairing. The third strength is the drama's central theme of fighting against fate. Both leads are trapped by cruel destinies and supernatural curses, but instead of accepting them, they choose to fight back. So, why did it only land at number 6? There are a few major complaints. The first issue is the visual effects. Many viewers felt the magical combat scenes looked surprisingly cheap, with some even comparing them to the graphics from old browser-based online games. The second problem is that despite introducing interesting concepts like a cursed marriage fate and multiple heavenly tribulations, the story still relies heavily on familiar xianxia romance formulas. Underneath all the fantasy elements, it's still largely built around a contract marriage storyline and a revenge plot carried out for a husband. That said, if you can overlook those flaws, Fate Chooses You is still a fast-paced and refreshingly unconventional xianxia drama. And compared to many fantasy romances released in recent years, this is definitely one that's worth checking out. Number 5. The Heir, starring Yang Zi and Han Dongjun. 8.3 rating on Weibo.
谁规定女子不能制墨烧烟了？朕娘愿意一赌，誓死守护李家，传承李墨。
Yang Zi's latest drama has a lot going for it, so let's start with the positives. The first major strength is the story itself. Right from the opening episodes, viewers are hit with one setback after another. Tribute Ink is destroyed, a family branch is removed from the ancestral records, an engagement is publicly called off, and a respected elder voluntarily leaves the ink-making guild. But in reality, all of these events are building toward one thing: strengthening Li Zhen's determination to carry on the legacy of traditional ink craftsmanship. The second highlight is its portrayal of female growth and independence. Yang Zi's character doesn't spend the entire story waiting to be rescued. Whenever she's treated unfairly, she fights back immediately. When a relationship no longer serves her, she's willing to walk away without hesitation. Her journey is driven by her own choices rather than by the male lead, which makes her feel refreshingly independent. The third strength is the visual presentation. The combination of elegant Huizhou-style architecture and soft ink painting-inspired cinematography creates a beautiful atmosphere throughout the series. That said, the drama has also generated plenty of debate. The first complaint is the heavy use of beauty filters and skin-smoothing effects. Some viewers felt the polished look removed the natural warmth and lived-in authenticity that a story about a traditional artisan family should have had. The second controversy centers on Yang Zi herself. Online discussions about her appearance resurfaced during the drama's release, with some netizens speculating about cosmetic procedures. Personally, I think that's a highly subjective topic. What's undeniable, though, is that Yang Zi continues to be one of the most talked about actresses in Chinese television, and debates like these tend to follow almost every major project she stars in. Number 4, Lady Liberty, starring Tiffany Tang and Mark Chow. 6.9 rating on Douban and 8.4 rating on Weibo.
你跟何涵有问题，就找我替代何涵，你根本就不信任我。
那你有时候会想见我一下吗？
这是另外一种类型的游戏，所以我要是打赢了，我相当于占据了制高点。
Let's start with what this drama does exceptionally well. The first strength is its handling of conflict. The story is packed with workplace betrayals, complicated relationships, broken friendships, and emotional confrontations. It perfectly captures the reality that adulthood is rarely simple. The second highlight is how grounded the writing feels. Instead of relying on exaggerated drama, the series builds tension through everyday details. Arguments can start over something as small as where a toothbrush is placed or how a couple splits expenses before marriage. That's exactly how many real-life relationships fall apart. Not because of one huge event, but because of countless little things that slowly add up over time. The third major strength is the ending. Rather than forcing a fairy tale happy ending, the drama allows each character to grow in their own way. Now, let's talk about the criticisms. The first issue involves the business side of the story. Although Tang Yan's character Lin Jianqiao is portrayed as an experienced publishing executive, major challenges like startup fundraising and corporate crisis management are often brushed aside too quickly. As a result, some viewers felt the drama lost a bit of credibility whenever it entered the professional world. The second controversy revolves around Tang Yan's styling and performance. Some viewers complained that certain wigs looked noticeably artificial and occasionally pulled them out of the story. Others felt her naturally high-pitched voice wasn't always the best fit for the role, with some audiences finding it distracting during emotional scenes. That said, these criticisms are relatively minor compared to the drama's overall strengths. At its core, Lady Liberty is a relationship-driven urban drama focused on emotional realism, and that's where it succeeds the most. Number 3, Light to the Night, starring Pan Yueming and Dylan Wang. 7.0 rating on Douban and 8.5 rating on Weibo.
我在想，这是唯一的答案吗？这中间应该是欠缺了某个信息和逻辑。为什么那个女孩一进电梯就脱险？为什么消失过后马上就传出了死亡歌谣？而且好多命案都是替命案。
These days, a lot of young idol actors are trying to reinvent themselves through crime and mystery dramas. And honestly, this might be the project that finally proves Dylan Wang made the right bet. Let's start with the strengths. First, the drama does an excellent job recreating the atmosphere of the 1990s. From the production design to the cinematography, everything feels authentic and immersive, capturing the tension and uncertainty of that era almost perfectly. The second highlight is the cast. Pan Yueming delivers exactly what you'd expect, a calm, layered, and highly believable performance. But the bigger surprise is Dylan Wang. This role feels very different from the characters audiences usually associate with him, and the contrast works surprisingly well. His constant banter with Pan Yueming also brings some much-needed humor to an otherwise heavy and emotionally intense series. The third strength is that the show avoids one of the most common crime drama cliches, the genius detective who magically solves everything. Instead, the investigators spend their time reviewing endless surveillance footage, conducting stakeouts, chasing leads, and doing the kind of exhausting groundwork that real detectives actually deal with every day. That realism makes the cases feel much more believable. Of course, the drama isn't without flaws. The first issue is the storytelling structure. The series jumps between 3 different timelines, but the transitions are often marked only by simple on-screen captions. As a result, many viewers found the narrative confusing and overly complicated, with some even dropping the show because they couldn't keep track of what is happening. The second complaint involves some of the horror elements. Moments like falling objects from above and mysterious shadowy figures reflected in mirrors appear with very little setup. Instead of building suspense naturally, these scenes often feel like cheap jump scares inserted purely to startle the audience, which some viewers found awkward and unnecessary. The third criticism is the scale of the investigation itself. Unlike the massive serial killer cases or high-profile criminal conspiracies often seen in popular crime dramas, this story focuses on relatively ordinary cases. For some viewers, the stakes simply didn't feel big enough to keep them fully invested. That said, despite those shortcomings, Light to the Night remains one of the more compelling mystery dramas released recently. Number 2, The Lead, starring Zhang Jiai and Liu Haoцun. 8.9 rating on Weibo.
我都说了咱俩不合适，出去！
不是给我练活不可爱。
笨死了！
I'll be honest, this was one of the hardest dramas for me to get into at first. The pacing is incredibly slow, almost to a fault. But once I understood what the show was trying to do, I started to appreciate it a lot more. Let's start with the positives. The first strength is that it takes a very different approach from most period dramas. On the surface, the story follows Yi Qini, played by Liu Haoцun, as she rises from a humble shepherd girl to become a legendary Qin opera performer. But beneath that storyline, the drama is really about the everyday life of a traveling opera troupe, backstage arguments, competition for major roles, personal rivalries, friendships, and endless gossip. It's these ordinary moments that make the world feel so authentic and alive. The second highlight is the production quality. The crew went to extraordinary lengths to recreate the historical setting, including rebuilding a Yuan dynasty-style opera stage and handcrafting more than 800 traditional opera costumes. The attention to detail gives the entire series a cinematic quality that immediately stands out. The third and perhaps most impressive strength is the opera itself. Unlike many historical dramas that use traditional arts as simple decoration, The Lead takes Qin opera seriously. Liu Haoцun reportedly spent 5 months training before filming began. The performances were recorded live on set, and cultural heritage experts were brought in as consultants throughout production. The result is a powerful and authentic portrayal of one of China's most distinctive traditional art forms. Of course, the drama also has a major weakness. The biggest complaint is the opening section. The first 13 episodes are largely dedicated to the heroine's childhood, portrayed by younger actors, before the adult version of the character finally appears. For many viewers, that's simply too much setup. A lot of people gave up before the story truly got going. What's interesting, though, is that viewers who stuck with the drama generally ended up rating it very highly. In fact, many fans believe its reputation will continue to grow, and it wouldn't be surprising to see it eventually break into the 9.0 range. Number 1, Born with Luck, starring Wang Xiao and Tian Shiwei. 8.0 on Douban and 9.2 on Weibo.
他可是 A 级犯罪犯，让您给缉拿归案了，
找到接口就能同时撬动这两个案子，
真是神经病。
临场发挥吧，哎。
And here it is, the drama that many viewers consider the best new Chinese series released recently. Let's start with the first reason why people love it. The entire show embraces a delightfully absurd style of comedy. Almost every character is hilariously chaotic, creating one unforgettable scene after another. You have a crime boss getting so frustrated with his incompetent crew that he literally jumps into a fish tank, and robbers accidentally carrying off a statue of the god of wealth only to expose a corrupt official in the process. Somehow, everything goes wrong, yet everything works out perfectly in the end. It's exactly the kind of show that's easy, fun, and incredibly addictive to watch. The second major strength is the cast and character design. Wang Xiao plays Detective Zhang Yang, a man who somehow solves cases through ridiculous luck and unbelievable coincidences rather than traditional detective skills. Tian Shiwei's police officer brings intelligence, charm, and quick thinking to every situation, making her instantly likable. But for me, the real scene stealer is Wang Chuanjuan's villain Zhou Rong. His completely unhinged decisions and unpredictable behavior probably generate 80% of the show's biggest laughs. The third reason the drama stands out is that beneath all the comedy, there's actually a sharp layer of social satire. Corrupt officials, greedy businessmen, and self-serving opportunists all make appearances throughout the story. As for the weaknesses, honestly, this is where I struggle to find much to criticize. If you're only going to watch one drama from this ranking, this would absolutely be my first recommendation. Alright guys, that's the list. Honestly, some of the biggest costume dramas of the year didn't quite live up to the massive hype surrounding them. So now I want to hear from you. Which drama was underrated? Which one was overrated? And what scores would you give them? Drop your rankings in the comments, and let's compare notes.